Alright, just gonna do another rant about the whole hijab ban over in not France. Well, it is over in France too, but also in Quebec. Again, just another rant because this kind of stuff does kind of tick me off, and plus again, it affects me because I can't wear this either. I can't bring this, but to be honest, if this stupid law passes in Ontario, I'll be bringing this anyway. If you don't like it, just suck it up and deal with it. Okay, this is just reality. You can't just ban things you don't like seeing, like a little liberal commie devil you are. But whatever, that's the world we live in, where everyone's feelings trump just basic reality and trump basic facts. But that's the relative, no absolute world we live in right now. Anyway, gonna read this article. This is from about a year ago. What says, uphold religious symbols ban to spare children from being influenced by hijab, Quebec parents plead. Now, the reason why I'm doing it on this particular story, even though it was about a year ago, is because their argument is that, well, we don't want to see that. We don't want to have our kids exposed to this kind of sexist culture. Well, here's another thing. I could throw this argument right back at these wicked devils and say, hey, when your girl is dressed like a bunch of whores with those short shorts, I don't like seeing that. Like seriously, when I was in high school, and this is going to make some people mad, and quite frankly, I really couldn't care less. When I was in high school, pretty much during the summer, all the girls dressed like a bunch of prostitutes and whores. I mean, seriously, are you trying to just invite some assaulter to come and assault you? I mean, this will make some people mad, but here's the thing. When you dress like a little whore, when you dress like a little filthy harlot, you're going to attract some pervert to come after you. That's just blunt and brutal reality. You can take it, you can leave it. I really don't care less, because it just shows your little feelings matter over facts. And this is also why especially white women should not be running anything, because their feelings dictate the reality, basic reality. And they want to send their daughter out to be a rank whore, and dress like a little rank whore, and they complain, well, you can't wear this. Again, it's just a blatant hypocrisy. We don't like you wearing the hijab because we don't like seeing that. But then we're gonna send our daughters out to dress like a rank whore. And if you're offended by that word, that's your problem, not mine. Because I have free speech, and you see, your little feelings don't affect free speech. Hate to break the news to you, buddy, but your stupid little feelings don't dictate free speech. But it's like I could use this argument right back at these people and say, wait a second, I don't like having my eyes assaulted and being surrounded by a bunch of whores dressed like a bunch of rank harlots, and I don't like seeing that. So do I just get to ban that? Because that's the blunt and brutal reality. Okay, when I go to the beach, I can't stand seeing the women dressed like a bunch of disgusting bikinis. Like seriously, are you trying to get raped? Like honestly, I'm just gonna come out and say it. If you're dressed like a whore like that, you're just inviting a rapist to come after you. Okay, now watch as the videos about me just pour in, because people are not going to like that. People, like get this, somebody right now is going to be offended by this, and I really don't care less. They're going to be offended. They're going to say, you're just being too hateful. No, I'm just being blunt and brutal. You can like it or lump it. It's called manhood. I'll just get up and say my mind. I'll say whatever I want, and if you don't like that, that's your problem. Welcome to reality. You're going to get offended. You can't just make the whole world into your little safe space, some kind of little politically correct safe space where you just never offended. Welcome to reality. I get offended all the time. I'm attacked for being a white guy and a Christian all the time. I just deal with it, quite frankly. Seriously. What a bunch of little thin-skinned little devils. That's all they are. Okay? That was free. That wasn't part of the video. That was just my free rant. It says here, several parents pleaded with the Quebec Superior Court judge on Monday to uphold the province's religious symbols ban in order to spare their children from being exposed to hijab, which they believe conveys a pernicious, sexist message. You know what's pernicious? Having your daughter having a little 12-year-old daughter dressed like a rank whore, and then it's disgusting. I mean, some of the clothing these girls wear, it's like you might as well just go join a strip club. You're no different. And again, don't complain about being sexually assaulted when you dress like a sex object. Here's another thing. This will make some people upset. If you don't want to get treated like a rank whore, if you don't want to get treated like a sex object, don't stink and dress and act like one. I mean, it's just blunt and brutal reality. Don't stink and dress like a sex object and act like a stinking sex object if you don't want to get treated like one. And that's real life, isn't it? I guarantee that's going to get me kicked off YouTube. That's going to get me kicked off Facebook and Instagram. But that's real life there. You can like it or lump it. I really don't care less. We're going to continue. Oh man, the comments are just going to be all over the place. The videos about me, you just wait and see. And this is going to get me all kinds of hate speech strikes. This is going to be kicked off all kinds of social media platforms. Don't care. They kick me off. I'll be coming right back. For every channel they delete, I'll be making 5 more in response. Anyway, the parents, all immigrants from Muslim-majority countries, are the first to witness to be called by defenders of Laicity Act in a court case brought by opponents of the law who say it is unconstitutional, which it is. It's a blatant violation of liberty of conscience. Among the most controversial provisions in the law is a prohibition on public teachers from wearing religious symbols at work. Here's the stupid part about all this, okay? I have to pay taxes to these public schools. I'm paying my taxes, and yet I can't wear what I want. Hey, buddy, if I'm paying taxes for this thing, I'll wear what I feel like wearing. Just like how they get to take my tax money to butcher their own baby at the abortion mill. So not only do they get to control what you wear, they also want to take your tax money to spend a night out fornicating and being a whore, and then taking your tax money to butcher their own children at the baby butchering mill called the abortion clinic. I mean, seriously, what a bunch of Luciferian devils. That's all they are. And the most controversial provisions of the laws are... Oh, yeah, I already read that. When the trial opened last week, several teachers who wear the hijab testified the law has upended their personal and professional lives. They also stressed they wore the hijab by choice and did not seek to impart their religious beliefs on students. And here's the thing about that: these state-enforced secularist devils, they'll say, well, you don't enforce your religion on your kids, but then you want to force secularism on our kids. So you're no different, little hypocritical devil you are. Seriously. So here I saw a funny meme one time. It said, how dare you raise your kids in your ideology? We're going to raise them in our ideology. That's a blunt and brutal reality. They want to raise them in the devil-possessed Luciferian secular ideology. You see, again, they're just a bunch of communists. That's all they are. Atheism is just communism is just a product of atheism. I'm an ex-atheist, and if you don't like that, you can just like it a little bit, because I escaped the sci-fi death cult of atheism when I was about 18 years old, by God's grace, obviously. And this kind of stuff is the fruit of atheism. I know I'm just going on a rant for a while, but gonna keep reading the article. On Monday, witnesses testifying in support of the law, while they know as Bill 21, said they believe the hijab always represents sexist values. Well, welcome to reality. You can't just ban things you don't like seeing. Seriously. Like, talk about cancel culture. You just don't, even if it does, you just don't get to ban stuff you don't like seeing. It's called freedom of speech, you wicked Luciferian devil. They also stressed that they wore the hijab by, oh yeah, I already read that, regardless of why someone decides to wear it. Okay, well again, see, this is why white women should not be running anything, because, you see, their feelings dictate your freedom. Welcome to reality. You just, I get offended when women wear short shorts. Do I just get to ban that? Seriously, you just can't ban things you don't like seeing. Welcome to freedom of speech, buddy. Welcome to freedom of expression. Deal with it. Seriously. Go move to North Korea. Go move to China if you don't like that. Seriously. Again, this is why white women should not be voting or running. Women in general, but just white women in particular, should not be running any political office or voting. Now, that's going to make some people mad. I guarantee that will make some people real upset. That will get me kicked off social media everywhere. But guess what? That's blunt and brutal. Because this is why women should not be voting, especially white women. And yes, I am a white nationalist, by the way. And I've had a white woman actually agree with me. Yeah, we shouldn't be voting. But anyway, continuing. I'm not even halfway through the article because I'm just ranting so much. It says, for me, the hijab is a symbol of inferiority, even if the Muslim teachers, say they don't feel inferior or superior. So for you, it feels that way. What about them? What if they don't feel that way? So wait a second, your objective morality dictates whether they can wear it or not? Seriously? Or equal to men. It is a symbol of inferiority, and I insist on that point, says, whatever her name is, I don't really care. I mean, seriously, it's just ridiculous. So your personal preferences dictate what we can wear or not. See, feminism is a disease. I'll just put it out there. Feminism corrupts any kind of culture because they want to force the atheist feminists want to enforce their objective morality on everybody else. Just because you don't like just because you feel uncomfortable when you wear it, doesn't mean you get to ban it. It's called freedom of speech. What a bunch of devils. Seriously, what a bunch of communist devils. Mohan, whatever, I don't really care about her name or really. She's just a feminist devil. Said she's worried that her daughter will be influenced by a teacher who wears the hijab at her school and decides to take up the practice. Teachers must be neutral because children are impressionable. Wow, whatever. She says, again, I don't really care about their names because, quite frankly, they're not even worth being brought up. Because, quite frankly, they're just a bunch of communist devils that aren't even worth being brought up. So she says her husband is an imprisoned Saudi blogger. Says she is shocked when she sees Quebec women dressed in Muslim religious clothing, given how they are treated in Saudi Arabia. Hey, you don't just get to import your feminist values to Canada. Seriously, just because you don't like seeing that, okay, Canada has freedom of speech, and just because maybe you were oppressed by it over in Saudi Arabia doesn't mean you get to enforce your feminist garbage upon everybody else in Canada. Quote, the hijab is not a good image for Quebec, said whatever, I don't care about her name, who fled Saudi Arabia not long before her husband's arrest in 2012. Then you have an Algerian immigrant father, too, told the court he considered the hijab an affront to his dignity as a man because it supposes men are sexual threats to women. Well, you know what a sexual threat to women is? When women dress like a rank whore and attract some perverted man. That's what a sexual threat to women is. Seriously, you know, why do you think that all the women who get assaulted are dressed like a whore? Because when you dress that way, you're going to attract some pervert to come after you. Now that's real life, isn't it, buddy? That's real life out there. You can't handle that, then just grow up. Bunch of little thin-skinned, sensitive, liberal, atheist devils. Let me just... Actually, where is it? Yeah, I'm full screen. This video is going way longer than I expected, but who cares? This kind of stuff ticks me off. A teacher who wears a hijab, he said, is sending subtle messages to children. He called this symbol a symbol of Islamist proselytizing, adding it is pernicious because of it. Whatever. What a bunch of little thin-skinned, cancel culture devils. The parents were called by two pro-secular groups, yeah, I'm not going to say the names, who have a introvert status in the case. Whatever. As a part of the defense of the law, lawyers for... I'm not going to bother. Again, these people are worthless trash. I'm not going to even bother bringing them up because they're just a bunch of worthless trash who don't deserve to be brought up. Are arguing that rather than strip the minorities of rights, Bill 21 upholds the rights of parents to have their children receive a secular education. Yeah, whatever. This is a necessary condition for the freedom of conscience. A lawyer for the freedom of conscience. How is this freedom of conscience? You're enforcing your cancel culture upon them. How is that freedom of conscience? See, what a fork-tongued devil. That's what it is. A fork-tongued Luciferian devil. Oh, it's freedom of conscience? No, it's the exact opposite of that. Wow. Early on Monday, the anthropologist specializing in religious testified that for the plaintiffs about the symbols like the hijab do in fact proselytize. Yeah, whatever. I'm not going to read this whole article, but I'll just read the rest of it. She explained that the religions most associated with proselytizing, such as evangelical Christianity, actually shun wearing religious symbols. Yeah, but here's the thing, though. If I want to wear this, I'm not going to wear this, but if I want to wear a cross necklace, I'm going to wear it, buddy. It's called freedom of speech. I'm paying taxes to go, you know, if I was going to school, I'm paying taxes for the thing. I'll wear what I want because I'm paying for it with my tax money. Okay? You don't get to enforce your little cancel culture upon me. And if you don't like that, guess what? I'll pick up a gun and fight you. That simple. During a lengthy cross-examination, again, I'm not going to pronounce these people's names, said of religious symbols aren't always worn out of religious conviction. Nothing but pop culture acts like Madonna have appropriated the cross for wholly non-religious uses. Justice Marc-Andre Blanchard asked, if the wedding ring constituted a religious symbol, she said it depended on the context given that they are exchanged in both religious and civil ceremonies. Sometimes it is, sometimes it isn't, she said. Okay, the bottom line is that these wicked devils are just a bunch of cancel culture, liberal, fascist devils who want to just enforce their stupid ideology upon everybody else and basically enforce their militant secular garbage upon everybody else. And I'm an ex-atheist and this does tick me off. And quite frankly, too, I'm going to come out and say it. This will again, I'll be making so many friends after this video. It'll be insane. I'm going to have so many people just love me so much. You know, I'm being sarcastic if you can't get it. But let me just show you a scripture real quick. Because quite frankly, I actually prefer seeing the women dressed in a hijab. You want to know why? Because it's modest. Here's a verse I want to show in my full screen. Yeah. Proverbs chapter 7, verse 10. And behold, there met him a woman with the attire of a harlot and subtle of heart. And you go down to verse 20, or verse 27, you could say. It's describing the adulterous woman, which is also a spiritual, symbolic picture of Mystery Babylon, aka the Roman Catholic Church. But it shows the characteristics of the adulterous harlot, which is exactly what these wicked devils over in Quebec are. A bunch of worthless, adulterous harlots. So by the end of this video, I've basically done two things. I've made a lot of friends, aka enemies, who are obviously not going to like this and going to leave me all kinds of nasty comments. And also, I just basically made a point that these wicked devils are enforcing this stupid cancel culture upon everybody that doesn't subscribe to their secular garbage. That's what it comes down to. So as an ex-atheist, it does tick me off. That was my rant for the day. May the grace of our Lord Jesus Christ be with all the brethren. Goodbye.